making today. The Pebble Mini Sling crossbody bag. Or a backpack. You can make it a crossbody, a sling, you can make it a backpack. It's got a nice big slip pocket here. It's got a front zip pocket. And on the inside, you've got a huge slip pocket. It has everything I carry every day. My purse pal, my Jordan sling, my eyeglass case, my hand sanitizer, everything I carry every day. And it's got 2 zippers on the top, which is really nice. And you've got extra D-rings for all the options on carrying it. So this is what we're making. Let's get started. Hi everyone, this is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs. And I'm getting ready to do a new pattern for me. The Pebble Mini Sling. It was released this year by Can Do Crafts. The Pebble Mini Sling. That's it. Very cute. And I'm going to use some wax canvas. So I'm going to use this. It's called Pear Wax Canvas by, this I got at, I think I got it at Fabric Funhouse, if I remember. So that's the outside, and then this is going to be the inside. This piece is the lower gusset. Okay. It's going to be very cute. All my cotton pieces I did interface with woven fuse. This is the back slip pocket. There's 1 exterior and 3 linings. And 2 of the linings I did interface with woven fuse. 1 I did not, and then the outside didn't have anything. Then the back panel is 1 lining and 1 exterior. Again, the lining has woven fuse. The front panel has 1 exterior, 1 lining, and the lining has woven fuse. The zipper strip is 1 exterior and 1 lining, same scenario. And she gives you this and you need to cut it in half. So we'll cut that in half in a little bit. The front zipper pocket, there are 2 lining, and I did interface both with woven fuse. This piece is wax canvas for my D-rings. There's nothing in it. I may actually put a piece of Decaville light down the middle. I'm gonna wait and see. The front base piece is just out of, my whole exterior is the wax canvas. And then the sling strap connector, there are 2 of those. Again, I may actually put some Decaville light inside that as well. So I need to go get my hardware. So let me go do that. All right, so for my hardware, I don't have any green zipper tape, so I'm gonna use this antique gold, kind of a tan, very pretty actually. And then for my hardware, I've got 3 number 5 zipper pulls, just my bars. Oops. So I've got 3 of those. I have 4 D-rings, 1 inch swivel clasp, slide adjuster, and 2 1-inch swivel clasp. And then I don't really have any good webbing. Although I think this actually looks pretty good with it because it has a little bit of the green in it. Let me open this up. So that's what I'm going to use for my webbing. I think it goes fine. You know, you can't carry everything. You just can't. I would love to. I'd love to have a store where I could just go grab it off the shelf and go. But and not pay for it. That's the key. All right, let's get started. All right, take your back slip pocket, your exterior piece, and 1 of your linings, and she specifically says without interfacing. So that's what she says. And we're going to sew that across the top at the seam allowance in the pattern. Yeah, you know what? I'm sure it's my bobbin. It got overwound. That's exactly what it is. I knew as soon as that happened, I thought, oh, I wound my bobbin way too full. Let's try it again here. Yeah, hold on, let me fix that. All right, I just took it out. Let me just try that again. That's better. These industrial machines do not like to have their bobbins overwound. I don't think any machine does, actually. That worked out much better. Yep. All right, then we're going to turn that wrong sides together. And we're going to top stitch. We're going to top stitch, but we're going to baste the rest of it in place. Let me get that pulled down a little more. You know, the sling bags are very popular. I personally love them. I have my retro sling that I carry all the time. It's perfect. I'm getting ready to do the big one of the retro sling, the Retro Tech. I had no idea how big it was, and then I printed the pattern off, and I'm like, oh dear, this is a big bag, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and we'll see. All right, so let's baste this. Yeah, just an 1/8" seam allowance around the sides. And there's no interfacing on this cotton, which I went against my better judgment and didn't do it. I should have. Because she says one of your pocket lining pieces don't interface. So I didn't. It'll be fine. Let me just make sure I caught it all. I didn't catch it right here. Okay. All right, now we're going to stitch across the top. And she suggests doing 2 rows of stitches, which I will. One and a quarter and 1 1/8. And 1 more, just an 1/8 from that. like to do my bigger top stitching first, then I can get that pretty even. Oh, look at that. Look at this wax canvas. It's absolutely stunning, honestly. Okay. All right, let's set that aside. Now we're going to do the interior pockets, and those are the two with interfacing. And I'm just going to cut off. I have a little interfacing that's hanging over. Not much, just a little. And hardly any on this one. Okay. I just vacuumed in here. That was probably a mistake. All right. Now we're going to put these right sides together. And do a seam allowance as in the pattern. I did print this pattern, guys. It's over here on paper. Sorry. Couldn't help myself. Gonna leave the long edge open, the long straight edge open. And then did she tell you to trim? Yep. Trim. I'm just trimming that seam allowance in half about. Okay. And I will need to go iron this. I'm going to turn it right side out. And then, like a lot of pockets these days, she has you put a little trim piece on the top, which I'm going to use a 1-inch piece of my wax canvas. Let me go iron it. All right, so I ironed that. And I am going to top stitch this closed, just 1/8 of an inch. And then we will add our top. And this piece is way too long. And it was just the end piece of something, so I didn't cut it. I'm gonna trim this so it's even. Okay. All right, now let's get this as even as we can. I just want it even on both sides. It's not the end of the world if it's not. I just think overall it will look better if it is. Perfect. And then I'm going to top stitch that. And she has you do 1 row. I might do 2. We'll see. I'm gonna do 2, just to mimic the other one. They're not gonna be seen at the same time, but I just think it looks good if you have the same thing going on. So 1/8 of an inch from my first row of stitches. Okay. Then we will trim off the excess with my fabric scissors, not my thread scissors. Man, I love, oh, I'm really beginning to love wax canvas. All right, there you go. Very cute. All right, let's see what's next. Oh, you know what? On the outside, let me grab my, let's see, not this piece, this piece. So for this one, I'm just gonna measure down. Let's see. And we're gonna attach our pocket, our outside slit pocket. So let me measure this and mark it over here, because if I do it there, you'll see the pattern, and that's not a good idea. Okay. I try to be very careful and conscientious about that. All right, so here's my outside pocket. Now I could do it like this, but this has no interfacing. I'm not doing that. So this one, we're gonna lay right where our marking is from the pattern piece. And we're gonna baste that all the way around. All right, there you go. All right, let me decide where I'm gonna put my tag. All right, I put my tag right there, centered above that slip pocket. All right, so now we're gonna add our inside slip pocket, and you're gonna do it where she tells you in the pattern. And then we're just going to sew that in place. Let me see something. Yeah, okay. All the way around. Go slow on your curves. I'm doing 1/8 of an inch. And I just backspaced over the top edges on both sides because they'll be, you know, getting in and out of. And that's a good size pocket. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let me make sure that I didn't forget anything. Yeah. Okay. So those 2 pieces are done. Very cute. I like it. I really like it. Now I'm going to get my ring tabs ready. And that's this piece. Just cutting off the selvage there. And I'm going to make a line down the middle. And then I'm going to have to decide if I want, and this is wax canvas, so I don't even need to use a pen. I can just use a mark. My stiletto. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Light. I love it, love it, love it. All right, let me use some 1/2 inch. I don't know. I can't remember if my tape adheres to this wax canvas. If I remember correctly, it doesn't like it. We'll see. If I can get my paper off. Let me roll it good. Maybe that'll help. No. It doesn't like it. That's funny. Let's see. No, let's try this end. No. Let me try this other tool method. See if that helps. That's funny, guys. All right, let's fold that in on itself. I'm not going to use, this is not a huge bag, so I'm not going to use any Decaville. I may regret that. I don't think it needs it. I really don't. So raw edge to raw edge. It likes to stick to it, but it doesn't like the paper coming off of it. It's funny. Okay, let's sew down each side. And I got the right stitch length going. I'm using a 4. And I'm doing all my ring tabs together. And I'll cut them. If anybody's tried making their own wax canvas, I'd love to hear about it. I would. I think that is so cool. All right, now, we're going to divide those into 2-inch pieces. They're not very big, which is okay with me. One, two, three. I started to panic there for a minute to make sure I had enough, and I do. Okay, let's cut those. This is extra. I need 5 of them. Okay. Let me grab my I need 5 of them. I only got 4 out. It does say we need 5. I'm gonna have to order some. Oh, yeah, I don't think we need 5. It depends on which version you're making, honestly. I'm making the sling, not the backpack. So I think 4 is okay. No, she actually says 4. Well, let's do 4, and then if I need to make another one, I'll make another one. I have the stuff. I don't think we need 5, but you never know. You just never know. Okay. Just put that in there. And then she says stitch across each one. And I'll just do a chain stitch. She tells you what the allowance seam should be here for this, so just pay attention. I'm sure that's important later. One more. These are very tiny. I think it's the Apothecary that has very short D-ring connectors too, if I remember correctly. Okay, so there's 4. All right. Let's put those aside for now. Now let's grab our sling connector here. And again, I don't think I'm not doing any Decaville. I don't think it needs it. Let me see what she says. I'm going to. I am going to. So because this is wax canvas, I just put this on with a piece of double-sided tape because I can't really iron it. And now I'm going to, with the right side up, I'm going to attach one of my D-rings to the center. And I am going to baste that in place. Okay. And then I will sandwich my other piece right on top. This is on the back, keep that in mind, because that's going to go on the inside. And then what's our seam allowance? Let's see. I'm going to leave this bottom part open, and we're going to do, yeah, okay. Seam allowance in the pattern. Careful, you got a D-ring in there, so just pay attention to that. You shouldn't have a trouble missing it, but just keep that in mind. Alright, now I'm going to trim this up pretty good. I am not trimming where my D-ring is, just my corners and down here on the bottom. So just like that. I'm using green thread from, I don't know what number this is, from Saya, but it's great thread. I think it's 45. All right, let's turn this right side out. It'll be a little bit of a challenge, just like all these little strap connectors are. Once you can grab your D-ring and then pull that out, much easier. And then poke your corners out, being careful. That is a beautiful thing, guys. Look at that. Ugh. Love it. Okay, now she doesn't have you top stitch it. Let me look at this. Hold on. Using your pattern piece, put a hole there. That's just, I think it's just going to be a rivet. But I am gonna top stitch. I like the look of a top stitch, and we need to close this bottom anyway. Beautiful thing, it really is. All right, I'm gonna even that off a little bit. Okay. You know, it's funny because I'm really not a big green person. But I really like this. I got a piece of thread stuck in there. I gotta get that out of there. Sorry, guys. All right. Now we're going to take our back piece, our back outside piece, and we're going to, you should have already marked your centers. I didn't mark this really. And we're going to attach this. Oh, I didn't, oh, I used my thread scissors. Bad, bad, bad. This is weird. She has you can hold on. So now I get it. And I'm not going to do it because I already put my tag here, and I don't want to do it for this. It's to put a snap here in case you wanted to snap this down. And I don't need it. I'm not doing it. It's a great idea, and I probably would do it if I hadn't already put my tag there. Right now we're just going to base that in place. Okay. So, I mean, I like the look of the rivet there, honestly. All right, let's see what's next. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to attach the ring tabs. Let's see. I've got 2 of them here. And on the pattern piece, she has them marked. So I would just use your pattern piece to put them where she tells you to. That way they're even. Okay, and then we're just gonna baste those in place. On both sides. You know what would be cute on this bag, because it is fairly small, is one of those slide where you have a ring, you know, slide here. I thought about doing it, and then I thought, no, I'm gonna do it just like the pattern. Okay, so that's what you have so far. That's the back. You know, I'm beginning to think that I need to put a piece of Decaville on this out of the seam allowance. I mean, it's gonna be a very slouchy bag, which is okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, so the next step is to attach your back panel and your lining panel wrong sides together. This is a bound bag, guys. I don't know if I even mentioned that, but it is. Which I really, you know, I was at a sewing retreat this last weekend, and we were talking about that, and there were several people there that haven't even tried doing a bound bag, and I just suggested that they at least try it because I hated it at first as well. I really did. I thought, there is no way I'm doing that ever again. And then there was another pattern that I really wanted to do, and it was a bound bag. And I said, okay, I will give it another try. And I did, and it went better than the first time. All right, now we're gonna stitch around that. And then every time else I've done it, it's so much better. So, and this bag probably is not a bad one to do it. The furs aren't crazy. Oh, you know what? I just went over my D-ring. Hold on. There's the remnants of my needle. I got to talking, I wasn't paying attention. It's my fault. So, let's try that again. I probably needed to change my needle anyway. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I haven't tried my tension, so yeah, I think it'll be fine, but let's give it a whirl here. Let me check. Hold on. It's out of the way. I don't know why it was having so much trouble, and I was forcing it to do it. I'm sorry. Okay, there's nothing up here in my way, is there? No. One of you guys was probably yelling at me from the video world. Okay, here we go. Right, my D-ring is out of the way. I checked. Very bad, guys. You could really hurt your machine if you're not careful. Very bad. Very bad, Barb. Okay. You can see where I did it. It's right here too. It's on my D-ring. Oh, dear. All right, hold on. Okay. So from your pattern piece, mark all your markings. So I marked my gusset marks, my center marks, and then your baseline mark, which is right here. And then take your base piece, which for me is the same piece, and we're gonna lay that right sides together, but upside down. I know, it feels weird. And then we're gonna sew the seam allowance in the pattern. We're laying that on that line, so it's above that line that you drew. I'll show you in a second. It didn't, that needle didn't hurt my timing, thank goodness. Craziness, just crazy, crazy, craziness. Guys, all right, so there's the line I drew, and I laid this piece right next to it. And now we're gonna fold this down. It'd be cool to have this be a contrasting, but I wanted my entire outside to be this color. So now we're gonna stitch across that top stitch and then baste it in place. And she has you do 2 rows, so I'll do 2 rows. Let me do it this way to start with, and then I'll add another row. It would be cool to have this be a contrasting. I'll make another one. And then we're gonna base that around. And then I'll do my 1/8 inch away. Okay. Cool. So that's what you have. All right, all right. So take your zipper panels. You should have 2 of them. They're just rectangles, and put your zipper box on the back of one of them. And then we're gonna measure down and center this right where she tells you to in the pattern. Okay, and then we're gonna go and stitch around that box. And I am gonna decrease my stitch length to a 3. And so it's on the right side. It looks like it's upside down, but it's on the right side. It's actually on the left side. If I had this piece in front of me, I'll show you here in just a second. So now I've got it looking straight on, and the zipper pocket that we're making is on the left side. And they're right sides together. This is going to be so cute. Remember, it's just like any other pocket, any other zipper pocket. we're gonna cut into that. Just don't hurt yourself. I'm just getting it started. And I use my scissors. And you're gonna go up to your triangle and then go up to your stitches. Don't cut your stitches. And then we'll pull this to the back and I'll go iron this as best I can. If you're using all cotton type fabric, you could definitely iron it, but wax canvas kind of melts. It just melts. All right, let's put that through. You might not need to iron it. Let's see. You could just maybe finger press it. Let's see how that goes. The wax canvas definitely can finger press, but I don't know about this cotton. Let's see. Perfect. Perfect. All right, now you should have your 7-inch zipper. And then we're going to put that in there just like any other zipper. I'm going to put some double-sided tape, but I'm going to use 1/8 inch. And, you know, hold on. I don't like how that zipper is on there. It doesn't feel straight to me. So, hold on. Hold, please. It was a little cockeyed. Another very technical, very technical sewing term. It doesn't want to go in there straight. Okay, I'll give it one more time. That's better. It is what it is. Okay, let's put some double-sided tape on each side. I don't know if this zipper is going to be long enough now that I look at it. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Okay. And you want your zipper going up. So we're going to lay that just like that with the zipper going up. I'm going to take some tape off on one side. And lay that and get that on there as straight as I can. And then we'll do the other side. I gotta get my zipper pull in. Okay, I didn't like that. Try that again. And you know that the wisdom is to not be able to see your lining fabric here. I honestly don't mind it. I really don't. Some people just think that's awful. There we go. Okay, now we're going to stitch around that. And then we'll add our other piece. I will pull this to the back, so I won't back stitch. I'm back stitching over my zipper teeth on each end. Just get that nice and tight. And then I'll pull that back. If I can find my stiletto. I don't know what I'd do without this thing. Again, I'm going to back stitch over my zipper teeth. Hold on to my threads, and I'll pull that one to the back and tie those off. And typically for something like this, I will do 3. Other things that aren't gonna be pulled at all, like my name tags and stuff, I'll only do 2. There you go. Cute, 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 cute. All right, let's put our lining piece right sides together. And we'll stitch around that. And we're not gonna keep this open because we're binding this bag. Oh, I'm assuming now that I say that. Yeah. I'm gonna close it off completely. So lay it right side up, and you can start anywhere. I typically start at the top, and we'll close that pocket off. Going over my zipper teeth a couple times. I want to show you something I did because I don't know that I've ever really talked about this. But I like my pockets to be as big as possible. So what I did here is on the bottom, oh, there's a little hair there. I made the bottom as big as possible, but I wanted to make sure I go over my zipper teeth a couple times, so I narrowed it up here. That's all that is, and then I will trim it just to keep it out of my seam allowances. Especially on the top here. Okay, there you go. And there's your zipper pocket, all finished. It's a pretty good size zipper pocket. I like it. All right, next steps. All right, now, so we're gonna put our front panels together, wrong sides together, matching our center marks. have mine marked with a marking. Oh, I have to show something else I did. I did a thing. Wrong sides together. It's a beautiful thing. I couldn't help myself. So this is my front and this is my back panel. Oh, I was like, where did I put my Jeannie bags tag? Jeannie's designs, it's under there. I was like, I know I put it on there. That's hilarious. Now we're just gonna stitch this together just like we did the back, using the seam allowance in the pattern. All right, so on your zipper panel, she gives you one piece and you want to divide it down the long edges and cut it in half. It's an easy way to do it. So that's the for the top and the lining. Then get your zipper and the same length that she tells you, and I'm gonna baste it right sides down on my outside piece first. Make sure your zipper pulls are out of the way. Kind of gun shy now. Since I broke a needle today on video. Okay, it happens. So I'm just basting that in place to start, and then I'm going to add my lining to it. Right side's on top of that. So my right side is down of my lining and my zipper is in between. Okay. And then we're gonna sew our seam allowance. For me, because I'm using number 5, is just a bit more than 1/4 of an inch. And get your zipper pulls out of the way. She tells you to close your zippers, just stitch across them. You can if you want to. I don't typically do that, but it would help if you're worried about your zipper pulls coming off, which, you know, has happened to me in the past. But if I have to, I can put them back on. Okay, now we're going to turn that wrong sides together and top stitch. I'm going to move my zippers down. Man, this wax canvas is just an absolute dream. It's expensive too. You know, it's probably more expensive than cork, I think. You know, maybe a little. It's stuff is just expensive these days. We need some changes happening in the world. And then I'm going to baste the rest of that together. This is just similar to any other zipper gusset. And then we're going to repeat that on the other side. So our outside piece, right side down. Ooh, just broke a clip. I just bought some new clips at the retreat I was at this weekend. It's a good thing because they just keep breaking. It's annoying. Okay. I'm going to base that in place, 1/8 of an inch. Just getting my zipper pulls out of the way. And then same thing on this side, I'm going to add my lining piece with my zipper sandwiched in between. And then I'll do the full seam allowance, turn it over, and top stitch. I don't know, I didn't mind another bobbin. I hopefully have enough, we'll see. Okay, same thing, right sides together, wrong sides together, and top stitch and baste it all in place. I'm assuming I have enough, but you never assume, never assume. My daddy taught me never to assume. Okay. And we're going to baste down the side. We're going to go backwards. And come down the side. I'm just gonna look and see if I caught everything. I didn't think I did on this side. So I'm just gonna go back over it just real briefly. Okay. All right, better. Okay, so there you have your zipper gusset. That tape looks really pretty good with that. All right, now let's grab our bottom gusset. I'm running out of pieces, which is a wonderful thing. And we're gonna put our right sides together. And then our lining sides together. And I'm just looking to see what my seam allowance is here. Oh, I gotta put D-rings on. Hold. I do need another D-ring. Hold on. All right, so before you get your bottom gusset out, put your D-rings on. So we need D-rings on each side. And we're just gonna base those in place. Centered on your zipper. Y'all. Now we can add our bottom gusset. All right, so our outside to our outside, and pay attention, Barbie, to where your D-ring is, okay? And lining to lining. I gotta clean up my lining. Where's my scissors? I way overshot my interfacing on this piece. It didn't quite fit. I used my heat press and it didn't fit, and so I got it a little askew. It's okay. Okay. Perfect. All right, so then right side linings, right sides together here. Now I need to look and see what my seam allowance is. Let's see. Okay. Okay, where's my D-ring, guys? It's out of the way. Have you guys ever done that? Broke a needle with a piece of hardware? It's a terrible, terrible noise. Okay, and then she wants you to angle your seam allowance here just to decrease the bulk. And then let's turn that and top stitch. Yeah, it could really ruin your machine if you're not careful. So okay, I'm just gonna top stitch. All right, now we're gonna do the same thing. Outside to outside. And then lining to lining, just like that. And you can base one on if you want. I just like to do them all together. Either way is absolutely fine. My D-ring is out of the way. Okay, again, let's just trim our corners here. Decreases that bulk quite a bit, actually. Pull those together and top stitch. Okay. And then we are going to baste the bottom lining together after we clip it here. Just like any other gusset. This is exactly like any other gusset. And I'm using these clips. I started using my Wonder Clips, but I may have to go help with dinner. And these Wonder Clips, as lovely as they are, leave a mark. All right, let's just baste this bottom gusset together. All right, so now we're going to mark our centers. So you want to put your gusset, and I'm not 100% sure we're going to need these, but we might, so I'm going to just do it anyway. Your seams together here. And then I'm going to mark my centers on both sides. I don't know if you need it, but sometimes you do on these patterns and sometimes you don't. Let me see what she has. She gives you the gusset markings on the pattern piece, so you probably don't need this, but I always do it anyway. Okay. All right, then we're gonna take our back piece, and that's the one with our strap connector and our D-rings. And I have mine marked with my gusset. So let's turn this right side out. And that's your zipper gusset. So right there. I am going to use Wonder Clips for this. And I'm going to clip those on each side at that mark. And then I'll clip all my other centers. My top center. And my bottom. So yes, you do need those center marks. Definitely. And then we're going to clip all the way around. And I'll do this on fast forward because it's a very tedious process. I might need to clip my corners, we'll see. My guess is we will. Yeah, I would clip your corners. It just makes it so much easier. And just do an 1/8 of an inch, a little more than an 1/8 of an inch on the gusset, not on your panel piece, but on your gusset. It really helps. I mean, I don't always do it, but it does make a big difference. It goes on so much easier. All right. One more. Okay. All right, I'm going to start on the bottom here. And you have a pretty generous seam allowance, so, you know, just keep that in mind. I'm getting close to my D-ring. I'm just checking. I learned my lesson. Well, probably not, but for this go around I did. Okay, if it helps you, undo your zipper once you get there. It might help you go around those curves a little more. Hold on. Okay. Okay, that wasn't bad at all, guys. Let's just see how it looks. I'm gonna have to make another one because I need one of these. It's a little bit bigger than the map pack, just so you know. Okay, let's take our front piece and we're gonna do the same thing. I have my marks for my gussets and we're gonna line those up first. And I'll do this all on fast forward. All right, I decided to use this cream color. I don't really have anything that matches or looks good other than this, so we're gonna use this. And this is waterproof canvas, that's all this is. And it's the lightweight waterproof canvas, so it'll look good. I may actually change my thread. I think I will. I'm going to change my thread to match this. That way it, you know, if it has any wonkiness to it whatsoever, it will be less noticeable. So we'll clip it all the way around. I'll change my thread. And then we'll sew it on, and then we'll do our, I think before I do that, I'm gonna finish my my strap, because I wanna use this color thread. I don't have to change it twice. So let me just get this one side on. This is very similar in many respects to the mauve pack. It's different enough, you know, that it's bigger for one thing, which I like. The mauve pack, I don't know what all the rage is with it because it's so small. Some people love that though, that tiny, and for kids, it's perfect. So I guess I do understand it. You know, it's funny because you're not gonna like every pattern that a designer makes. You're not gonna love every pattern. And they know that, and that's okay. My guess is they get that. All right. That looks pretty good. All right, so let me finish my my strap. So I'm gonna cut. See, where's my scissors? So I cut about a 54-inch piece of my webbing. This is gorgeous webbing. I got it from Wonderground Fabrics. It's just beautiful. All right, so up and over my slider. And then let me see what my stitch length is. And I'll just do 2 rows of stitches. Again, this is where when people would do a box. I don't do boxes unless I absolutely have to. Don't like them? Don't like them. And then I'll do 1 more row of stitches. And let's add our silver class. Make sure it's not twisted. Oops. Nope. Let me put this up and over our slide adjuster. Again, double check that's not twisted, which it is. And that's good. Always double check. Always. Always, 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 always. Because you just, you never know. These things are long and they get all wonky. And there we go. Okay, so it's not twisted. And then we'll add our other silver clasp and do 2 rows of stitches. And one more. I try and be straight with these 2 rows as I can be, because they're noticeable. Okay. So there's our silver clasp, or I mean our, I'm gonna go grab some thread. All right, there you go, guys. This is the Pebble Mini Sling crossbody bag. I'm telling you, this is my new bag. Look at that. This is pear wax canvas. Here's a zipper. You can keep your phone in there. It's plenty big for your phone. You do have plenty of D-rings, so if I wanted to wear it differently, I could use these. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love it. All right, just a second. You know, I'm not really hard to please. But and the reason I started bag making is because I love bags. And so, you know, when I started this, it was like, oh my gosh, I can make all kinds of bags. And that's what I do. So this is the, like I said, the Pebble Mini Sling crossbody bag. Absolutely adorable. Zipper here. In the back, you have a slip pocket that's plenty big for your phone, and it's next to your body, or you could put your wallet in there, whichever you prefer. But the big phones today would fit in this zipper. And then it's got a double zipper, and the beauty of it is I have my Jordan pouch, I have my purse pouch, I have my eyeglass case, I have my sanitizer, and I have my new favorite candy, which is coffee candy. Yeah. And then there is another slip pocket here that if you want to put your phone in there. What I've typically started doing is putting my purse pouch in the inside pockets, just so I don't have to fish for it. So there it is. So, and there's probably room for a bottle of water, a smaller bottle of water in here too, honestly. It is a beautiful thing. Now you could really go crazy with, you know, your fabrics. I'm gonna do another one, I can guarantee you. But you can attach your webbing here if you wanted. If you wear it on your left shoulder, you can attach it here. I always wear mine on my right, except when we were recently on vacation. We were doing a lot of walking around and my right shoulder got tired, so I just moved it. I had a sling that had 2 D-rings on it, and I just moved it over and put it on this shoulder for a while. That's all there's to it. You guys, and this wax canvas, fun. It's worth it. It's so worth the money. And it opens wide, so you can get to it. If you wanted to, you could move those, shorten the gusset and increase your zipper gusset if you wanted to. Oh my gosh, can-do patterns. Carolyn, love this. The Pebble Mini Sling crossbody bag. This is my new bag. Now I may sell this one, but I'm going to make another one for myself, or I might keep this one. I love this, actually, this color and everything. So thanks for watching. I appreciate each one of you. I truly, truly do. You know, this is a fun experience for me to sew things and do things I love and share it with others. So thanks so much for watching. Be sure to click subscribe, like, and comment if you haven't already. Bye-bye. Have a great evening.